he challenges his kids. If you don't challenge your kids, you set them up to fail. You must challenge your kids to be better than what they think they are or what they think they want to be. In society today, we have a lot of young people that want to be like their friends, or they want to be like the boy across the street or the girl down the road. If we get our kids to understand that they were uniquely created and chosen for a purpose and a time in this world that we live, then you know for a fact that a challenge will be presented to your kids. Well, what's the challenge, Pastor Russ? The challenge is to be the best that you can be. That's the challenge. Make it personal. I had a few folks tell me, well, not a few folks, in high school, a whole lot of folks told me, oh, boy, you cut a class and you like sports. Oh, I love sports. If my coach said you go to class, you play football, I'm in class every time I need to be in class. Sports was the vehicle for me to go to college, to graduate from college, and to do some time in professional sports and in ministry. Oh, this is my son. It's like my shadow. Take the time to challenge your kids, because the world is going to challenge them. If you don't prepare them to meet challenges, then challenges will conquer them all their life. At the end of the day, a father and a daddy protects his family and his children with all costs. As the main provider of security and necessities, a father will do whatever he can for his family. He will take a second job to provide for them. He will put his own safety on the line to keep them out of harm's way. This is how the father instills what it means to be a father in their children. If a dad shows the model of fatherhood to his daughter, and this is true, that means the daughter will try to find a boyfriend or a mate when they decide to get married that's just like their dad. So what am I saying? This is the 2014 era. If you're a dad and you have a daughter, and if you don't like to wash clothes, just throw a load in every once in a while. Amen, guys. If you're a dad and you don't like to wash dishes, just throw it in the dishwasher every once in a while. Amen, guys. The things that typically society would say that men do not want to do or like to do, in today's generation, we must be opposite. Oh, he's still in the show. In today's generation, we must be opposite of what society says a father is. We must do everything. Some of y'all look at me like I'm crazy. That's okay, I'm used to crazy looks. I've had it for a long time and I'm still standing here, and the Lord is going to keep me through this little moment that I have right now. Do everything you can. And I'm talking to daddies now. That when your little girl comes home and says, Daddy, this is him, that means you can give her a blessing and know that he's the right one. And the way you can be sure about that is you taught her how to pick the right one. Amen, guys. But again, I wasn't talking about you and myself either. Mine will stay locked up until she's 57. And then when she's 57, I might let her start dating a court or something. At the end of the day, the father's responsibility is to be the example and the beacon of strength, discipline, love, and honor in his family. Whether you have a single family home or whether you have a collective home, mother and father, that doesn't matter. The responsibilities don't change. Be the example of parenthood to your children so they can achieve greatness in their future and in their life. I am finished. Thank you very much. God bless you and God bless you.
Having a program to celebrate fathers and encourage fathers uniting with their families to have better communication, whether the fathers are in the household with the family internally or whether fathers are outside of the home, but to basically to connect and reconnect with their families, to share things with them, to share medical information such as family history, to share family ties, and to make sure that they have a better understanding to create better communication between the fathers and their families, whether it be the women in the families or the young men in the families. We want fathers to be closer to their families. At the same time, it's an effort to celebrate the fathers themselves, the fathers who are doing a great job, and encourage others to get involved as much as possible.
Now, as a whole, with the thing being, well, daddies are detached from children. That's a mama's thing. Do you think most of us as fathers realize the significance of touching base with our children, hugging our little daughters, letting that son know you love him?
Well, I think we're getting there. We're seeing more of that with some of our entertainers. We're seeing more of that with some of our professional athletes. We're seeing more of that in some of our churches, but not enough. We have to understand how important it is for fathers to be involved, to show that love, to show that care, to show the encouragement. As the minister said in there this evening, we had a minister who gave a brief speech, a very excellent speech on the situation where we need more support from fathers for their children. That encouragement, a lot of times when they make mistakes, to correct them, encourage them to move forward in a positive manner. That encouragement where they may not be as successful as they want to be in a sport or in school, but to encourage them to look, go back, try again, do better, I'm behind you, we're pleased with what you're doing. That's a key part of where fathers come in. Fathers play a role that some mothers can't play. That's why it's important for fathers or male figures, whether they're an uncle, grandfather, or some male figure, to play the role of the man in the life of children. They see strong men, they understand that the role they play, then we bring up more strong men to play the role that needs to be played within our community, within the nation, but particularly in our community, the African American community.
Now, what can the men do that their children have grown up, they've gotten themselves careers, they're going on about their business, and now we have grandchildren and great-grandchildren? Is there a role that we can play to help to make things better? Because it appears to me that we are losing fast. And if we don't regroup quickly and we don't do something significantly, our community and our culture is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Well, I think the key thing there is what was expressed today earlier, not only by the minister in his speech here, but by the president of Tuskegee University, the new president of Tuskegee University, Dr. Brian Johnson. The key is to set up integrity. We have to bring back integrity. We have to lead by example. As we lead, whether we are grandfathers or whether we're fathers, they're grandfathers or young fathers, when you lead by example with integrity, people look at you and they pattern themselves after you. They begin to understand what the proper way to do things is, the right way to treat people, the right way to interact in our communities, and the right way to live up to your responsibilities, what the expectations are.
Now, you are a father.
Yes, I'm a father.
You are an elected official.
Yes.
Now, I got this camera zoomed in on you, and I want you to look right into the eyeballs of these men out here in this community and speak to them about what we need to do at this point.
We need to do as much as we can as fathers to give leadership in our communities. First of all, leadership in our families, leadership among ourselves as men, to be stronger, to support each other and help each other take the role that we need to take, to work with our women and not against them, to work within the family, then within the community, within our churches, and then within our state and nation. We build ourselves by starting with our families, with ourselves and our families, and then building our community. That's our role, and that's critically necessary in order for us to continue to grow and for our people to continue to grow and do better.
Sir, I thank you for taking the time for this interview.
Thank you for the opportunity, and happy Father's Day to all fathers.